Hello and welcome to another Jet vlog. This is 17C. C. I gotta use this hand. Um, in our continuing discussion of classroom Japanese. So I've had a few comments. Let me address a few things first. I'm going to try with this video for the first time to add annotations. So hopefully you can see some of the words on the screen as we go along. Thank you for that suggestion, and hopefully it'll work out and I can figure out how to do it. Let's see, another person asked me, just how much Japanese do you really need to know to be effective in the classroom? Well, not a lot actually. I mean, you're not there to speak Japanese. But I think one of the biggest things that you'll learn once you get here is that the teachers that you're assigned to teach with, especially at elementary school, are not English teachers. They're homeroom teachers. They teach the kids math and Japanese and science, and every now and then they have an English lesson. So the more you can speak Japanese, the more you'll be able to communicate with them, get them involved in the lesson, etc. Obviously, at your junior high and high school level, the teachers are actually supposed to be fairly good at English. It varies a lot from teacher to teacher. At high school, generally, they're going to be a bit better than they are at junior high. So the more you know, the better. You can certainly get by. You don't need a lot of Japanese. A lot of JET is learning on the job, and you will learn as you go. So don't feel like you have to memorize this vocabulary before you go in 3 weeks or 2 weeks. Okay, so let's jump back in. Somebody else asked me about like what you call students, what you call teachers. Here's the miracle word in Japanese: sensei. Okay, because I have, two schools, two main junior high schools, and I have 6 elementary schools I go to occasionally. So, multiply that by the number of teachers at each institution. It's difficult for me to remember all their names, but you never need to remember your teachers' names, because all you have to do is look at them and go, "Sensei," "Oh, sensei, kochikite, please come here," You just have to, if anytime you're addressing one of them, if you call them sensei, it's fine. And this is why you'll get, students wanting to they call me Mr. Jason a lot, because obviously in Japan you always add an honorific to someone's name. Say it's Watanabe Ken. Well, he's Watanabe-san or Watanabe-sama, Mr. Watanabe. But I always have my kids call me by my first name. A lot of my kids probably think Jason is my last name because, they will call me Jason Sensei or Jason San or, Mr. Jason. I hate Mr. Jason. So I try to rid them of that. But you can always just call your teacher Sensei. Your kids, people will tell you, oh, add Chan, add Kun, add these little cutie nickname things. I never do that. I rarely, say, oh, Gamo-kun, Akira-kun, for my boys, or, Megumi-chan or Mei-chan. Now, the kids will call each other these names, so you will hear it all the time. All the kids, especially the girls, will shorten their friends' names and call them, Yu-chan or, whatever it is. But I don't. I try to call my kids by their first name because I feel like that's a Western thing, and if they went to America or went to England, they would not be addressed by their last name like they are in Japan. And I just call them straight up by their full first name. It's up to you. I think if you're a female teacher, you could get away with the cutie thing a little bit more, maybe. I don't know. But I don't. I rarely add the thing. Now, I always add san if I'm talking to any other adult, and I know their name. There are teachers, there are staff at your school, maybe the person who helps with paperwork, kind of like a secretary or something. And those people, you'll just learn their names and add san. And in class, um, the teachers will often refer to your students, if they're picking them out, say, to answer a question, by the girls are, their last name and then san, and the boys are their last name and then kun, Kun. Um, so, you like I said, you will hear it a lot. The other two major things is you'll have a vice principal, and his name is going to be Kyoto Sensei. Kind of Kyoto like the city, Kyoto Sensei. And to be honest, for like the first year or so I was here, I didn't even know the real name of my Kyoto Sensei because everybody calls this person Kyoto Sensei. And like when I needed to leave school to go to a shogako for a visit, I have to go up to the Kyoto Sensei and tell him I'm leaving so they kind of know I'm going. So I would just always go up and go, "Sumimasen, Kyoto Sensei. Hi. Akira, and then I would say some kind of sentence like, "Oh, yokansho ikimasu. Hi. Bye bye," and then I would say something like that. So I just always called him Kyoto Sensei. And it was funny, one time I got a little upset because they made a seating chart of the room, the staff room, the Shokuin Shitsu, and everybody's teacher's name was there, right? But mine, it just said ALT. And I kind of got miffed, and I was like, look, I've been here for over a year. Why am I just called ALT? I have a name. Why can't it say Jason? Or my name in katakana? And so I was kind of telling this to a fellow teacher, another JTE, an English teacher, and it got back to Kyoto Sensei. So they redid the chart, and he came up to me, though, and he doesn't speak a lot of English, but he tries, and he's like, on my seating chart designation, it only says Kyoto Sensei, but I am Mr. Ito, but it doesn't say Ito, so don't worry, And I thought, you know what? That was cool, that he came over and said that, and it kind of made me like, yeah, Jason, get off your high horse. What's the deal? So you'll get upset about weird little things, but try to just take it in stride. And the other person is the Kocho Sensei. The Kocho Sensei is the principal. Now you'll quickly learn that the Kocho Sensei is kind of like, I can't really say that much without, implicating people at my schools, but they generally don't do as much as the Kyoto Sensei. The Kyoto Sensei really runs the show. And hopefully you'll have a cool one. I got lucky. Both my Kyoto Senseis at my junior highs are really cool guys. Every now and then it'll be a woman. More often at Shogako it'll be a woman than at junior high. It's generally men. But they really run the show. The Kocho Sensei just comes out, gives some speeches. I'm sure they do things behind the scenes that I know nothing about. But anyway, okay, well, I apologize. Maybe I'll retitle this something else because I didn't really talk that much about Japanese language. But that's my time today. Today is Saturday. Tomorrow, sumo starts. Yay! So I will start having blogs about sumo and continuing my jet vlogs. So look forward to more vlogs soon. I'm going to a party tonight. We call it the Leavers Party, where everyone goes. 50 people are leaving, and only 32 new people are coming. So hopefully I'll get some more other interviews with other jets. More soon. Thanks for watching. Bye.